So good. Matt S. said, according to the Observer, Ted DiBiase was in talks with WCW at this time, but it fell through over dates and money. Man, what would happen? Would Arn have preferred to tag team with Ted or work a program with him? If you had to, what would be your choice there if he came in?
The night, if the night Tully did not make it, Teddy would have. It's one of the few guys I could think of that now we have a new flame under a new story with a guy that absolutely perfectly fit the role.
He'd have been so good. I'm with you.
Oh, it would have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
If they would have turned around and used us the right proper way.
Yeah, bingo.
You can be a great performer. You can look great. You can be a good businessman. You can have a reputation. All those positives. But if the office doesn't use you right, give you the right opponents, give you the right story, give you enough time on TV to pull it off, it could have went south too.
2 more questions. We're closing it down. Gavin said, Todd Gordon's Eastern Championship Wrestling was starting to generate a lot of buzz around this time. When did ECW get on your radar, and how much did you keep up with other promotions throughout your career?
Well, I would watch it because it came on late at night. ECW, I want to say they came on at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, depending on where you lived, yeah.
Saturday night or something. So no matter where I was, unless I was making a drive, you could go back to your hotel and pretty much catch the show. It was different. I tell you what, I was afraid for the talent because I kept thinking, man, somebody is going to get killed with some of this, coming out of the ceiling and jumping off of, these ledges and going through 4 tables stacked up and all this stuff. And, flaming baseball bats, you name it. I was trying to make you believe in an arm bar. That's
right.
Make you get engrossed with that. I don't need a flaming ball bat. Nor do I want
thumbtacks to the nuts. Yeah, you're not
nor do I want
one. Yeah, no, thank you. We're going to wrap this episode up with a question from a brand new listener, Adam Arthur Krasnov. Welcome to the Arn Show, Adam. He says, do you feel that having defended the tag titles at Disney tapings before actually winning them on live TV killed any momentum for you and Roma as a team?
No, because there wasn't social media. You couldn't have pulled that off today.
Right. No way. Yep.
And I was going to say earlier when we had that match in MGM, the crowd was really good that day. If you remember back what we've already watched on the show, they were really good. They really were. Because again, these were people that paid to get in the park. They would go see Winnie the Pooh, or they would go see.
We're on Winnie this week. I love it.
Back to the Future ride, and then we'd go to wrestling for an hour, and it would be just another ride. It wasn't necessarily all wrestling fans, but it felt like to me that day, that crowd, they knew what was going on.
Right. Oh, Arn, good times. Well, listen, I want to mention this before we get out of here this week is Arn Anderson, My Life as Wrestling's Enforcer. It's nearing the distribution stages of the project. Have you heard anything from Dirk lately? Because I'm getting emails.
Hopefully we're right around the corner from it getting here. It was some issues with, if I get this right, the printers or whatever, and then they put them on a boat, I guess brought them over here from wherever they had them done or whatever.
Yeah, apparently it was a rowboat, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, John boat. 2 fat guys about like me and Knobs paddling it, obviously.
But I think they finally made it ashore, and the books they tossed them over their shoulders. They've carried them in. Listen, guys, I know the books are about to hit your mailboxes. They're about to hit the shelves, and we're super excited about it. Arn Anderson, My Life as Wrestling's Enforcer. So we make jokes, but so much work went into this graphic novel, and the payoff is going to be a big hit, and we cannot wait for you to see it, Arn. I know you can't wait either. We also want to remind you about arnlinks.com. That's where, as we mentioned at the top of the show, you're going to get that merch link. You're going to find previous episodes of our show, as well as all kinds of other our social media links and things of that nature. And then before we get out of here, we want to make sure we remind you that if your business does target that 25 to 54-year-old male demographic, there's no better place to advertise than right here on the Arn Show. Check it out, advertisewitharn.com. You can find out how you can advertise with the Arn Show. We've been working with some of the same companies. I can't wait. Soon we're going to be doing some Spider Grip ads. They are a fantastic partner. And there's a reason we do it. It's because it works. We have a targeted audience. So check it out, advertisewitharn.com. And man, we would really appreciate your support. Arn, listen, next week, we're going to discuss the rematch with the Nasty Boys. We will see if your face ends up in one of their pits. The beginning of the split between you and Paul Roma, involving the Assassin, Paul Roma, and Steve Austin. And of course, it's Halloween Havoc time. Perfect timing for the end of October. It's spin the wheel, make the deal. Arn, as Winnie the Pooh says, a hug is always the right size. Thank you so much for doing this show with me this week.
You rat bastard.
On behalf of the Hall of Famer, Arn Anderson, this is Paul Bromwell, and we'll see you right back here next week on another episode of Arn